What internet marketing expert should you spend your valuable time listening to? Listen to someone who has over 20 years of web marketing experience and hundreds of website marketing success stories. That man is Aaron Sparks from Site Strategics. And this is Edge of the Web Radio.
Getting into it real quick, what to avoid. Now, Google has given us a lot of good insight into what you should avoid whenever you're talking about mobile friendliness. Now, this is going to be a little bit geek, but this little bit geek needs to be given to your developer and paying attention to this show. There's a number of things here that they are saying to avoid. One is blocked JavaScripts, CSS, and any image files. If you're physically within the code of robots.txt, which is a little file, or a number of different ways, if you're blocking file references on your website for whatever reason, okay, you need to stop that right now. If you have any unplayable content, just like Doug was talking about, if you have any Flash files on your website, you need to get rid of them and turn them into HTML5. One, iOS devices won't play Flash to begin with, and Google is saying don't have unplayable content because it wants its consumers to actually interact with your site just that much more. Faulty redirects. What's a faulty redirect, Tom?
Just a broken redirect that doesn't go to the right place. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought it was kind of like you're pointing John Cleese into a different direction. Get that? Get that? Anybody?
No.
Nobody. All right. Yeah, exactly. You can actually redirect a website or a URL to another place, and if it's broken, then Google knows about it with the 404 error. So if you also have only mobile-only 404, meaning page cannot be found, we've all seen it before browsing, those things need to be corrected. Irrelevant crosslinks, all right? These things that make no sense or they shouldn't be tied together of pages of your website. These things should not be there. On top of that, slow mobile pages.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a biggie.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
And that's a tough one for responsive, too.
Yeah.
A lot of responsive sites go really long
That's
and
right.
have tons of images.
That's right. That's right. Something else, app download interstitials. Now, this is when a website blocks the view of pages with a prompt to download the site's native app. Okay, if you've gone to any news website, right? I mean, I hallelujah. Because if you're I saw one just recently with Yahoo News, and they hit me up with a page to download their app. They need to use a small HTML banner at the top of the page, not a megalith. Force you to go into an app download.
Yeah.
So
and the app download? There's a special meta tag for that, anyways. Like, why people should just use that?
Yep. Well, it's just advertising, and they're trying to get you away from just hitting their consumers over their head. So what's the worst that could happen? Taking Google at its word, any website that is deemed by their definition not to meet responsive standards will plummet in their rankings. And, because a specific date has been provided, could the change happen overnight? Scarily, the answer is yes, it absolutely could. So, although a non-responsive website could still appear to be useful to a human after April 21st, Googlebot will not be impressed. So, does that mean that you have to make your website responsive?
Yes.
No! No, you don't. And guess what? You don't have to rank on Google either. Google's not the internet, but let's face it, failing to rank well on Google and therefore every other search engine out there, it's not a great way to ingratiate yourself to your clients.
You know what I hear a lot. I hear this a lot, and that's that. We don't get a lot of our clients from Google. You know why you don't get a lot of your clients from Google? Because you don't rank on Google.
Exactly. All our traffic's from Yahoo.
Yeah.
Okay, so what should you do? I mean, the good news is finding out whether to meet Google's definition of mobile friendly is very, very easy, and you can actually check this out. Seeing how your traffic's actually bearing fruit, you can go into Webmasters Tools. If you don't have that set up with your website, you need to go into Webmasters Tools, click it, and connect your website to that. If you do have that, what's really cool is that you can see just the mobile-only traffic that's finding your website. You go into the search traffic under the submenu of search queries, okay, and there's a filter. You can see top pages that are being referenced or top queries that are being referenced, and then you can select from a filter control just the mobile traffic. That gives you a perfect picture of what's coming in to your website, and then you'll also be able to see increased traffic as well once your responsively designed website picks up steam. All right. What are the tools that we were talking about? Just briefly here, the tools to be able to track. There's one tool out there that's fantastic. It's called SERPs, SERPS.com.
Yeah.
They have mobile-friendly tag detection. They can compare mobile rankings to desktop and tablets. Bad news is it's pretty darn pricey. It's around $1,000 a month, and it is for an enterprise level environment. It's fantastic. They can track up to thousands and thousands of words. Other tools: Rank Ranger, Authority Labs, Advanced Web Ranking,
G-Shift.
Check all those out. Hey, your site is either mobile friendly or it's not. And the mobile friendliness scale is not ranked. It's going to be applicable to you whether you know it or not. So check all that out and test your site. Test.